Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast. All right, we back again.
Hey, we're back. One live. That's it. I'm serious. Serious today. We're all I'm on business today. I'm on 10 toes down, whatever.
Okay. I'm Spencer, your co-host. And of course, we have our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
Dr. Naz. Yep.
Sure. Remember, don't take us too seriously.
Or do. Completely up to you.
There you go. Also, don't forget to run those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. So, today, we are covering the movie Disney's The Kid, starring Brucey Willis. The Bruceses. Some things that we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about
Jesus, everything.
Everything. I know.
Jesus.
We're talking about our younger selves, what that means. I mean, does the past define us, or can we change and become who we've always wanted to be as kids? Can we do that? Just like Brucey Willis did in this film. This was one of my favorite films growing up. Have it on VHS still to this day, but this is just one of those films that I feel like you have to watch when you're older.
This ain't a kid film, bro. This is definitely an adult ass.
I was 6 when this came out.
Yeah, there's no way you know what the fuck's going on. There's so much meta in this. This is a real meta movie.
Yeah, like this movie was way past its time.
Bro, this is really for the parents. Like the parents are like watching this like fucked up.
They were Disney? Yeah.
They were trying, whoever wrote this was trying to make parents better who watch this shit. Like, don't be fucking up your kids.
I'll be honest though, that 90s / early 2000s Disney.
Yep.
They did something to where they knew that at some point we all grow up and we'll rewatch these films, hopefully. Right. And I just wish that more people, because I think especially they're like, this is a kids movie, like why are we getting so serious here? But Disney knew how to mix in the seriousness with like the wacky, the goofy, quote unquote, but they did an amazing job here. And Nas, anything before we get into
like Spence said, we've got 7 scenes we're going to look at. They're all pretty quick, but this is definitely an evolution of what it is to be human. But in this one, what it is to be a man, but what it is to be a kid, what it is to be an adult, to have wants, needs, specifically trauma. So this is very centered around trauma and the hallucinations or the ways it affects us and how we navigate it. So this will be not so much as a neurodivergent conversation, but technically you could say he is divergent because of the hallucinations, the trauma in which he's changed everything. It's altered his life. It's a really sad story, but this is literally therapy in the can. Like, if I was going to say like, hey man, you need to process some shit. Like there's some stuff and we're going through it. I would probably have you watch this movie going forward on how to talk to the different self, the young and the old. How do we heal and like care and be tender for the young one? But also how do we make sure we're talking to the old one too and making sure that he's happy? Because we can't change the past, but maybe we can make sure the boss ahead of us, right? The older version is going towards that pilot license, going towards family and a dog, right? How do you make sure that you don't allow all the trauma and baggage to fuck you up? Like I said, this is way too fucking meta for someone young.
It is.
Way too meta.
It is.
Um,
And like I said, I just don't think people at that in 2000 really could get it. I mean, now I feel like if people really watch this film today, they'd be like, this is amazing.
I'm
This
not.
is because
Yeah,
I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes. It's 49%,
yeah, they
which is
suck.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like
they
just
suck.
from the scenes that we saw,
Bangers.
yeah.
Um, I'm telling you, man, people sit down with this. I think a lot of people are, if they're actually watching and not diddling their phone.
Right. Yeah. Oh, I just diddled my phone.
I'm
Oops.
gonna go ahead and put that diddle sauce on it. Then I think they would have to sit with some real shit, Spence. And like, damn, am I doing what I want to do, or am I being a fucking piece of shit or a degenerate, whatever? Yeah, let's get into it. Let's start chopping up these scenes bit by bit. Also, before we get started, appreciation for everyone that's been following us. Continue to please like. We love the support. We got a lot of collaborations with autism that happened in the last month, because this will be coming out in June. So thank you for all the things that you've done, all the support that we've done for all the autism awareness stuff. Appreciate y'all. But let's get into this. Let's have some fun today. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
12 cream pies are on their way over to the stadium. Bob Riley expects you in the owner's box at 3. Amy will meet you there. And why are you wearing the yellow tie?
Janet, how could you know I'm wearing my yellow tie? You can't even see me.
I can hear the stress in your voice. And whenever you're stressed, you wear the yellow tie, which makes you feel all-powerful. So you're probably going to yell at me, which I'm not in the mood for, so don't. Nice tie.
I am not stressed. There is nothing wrong with me. I just didn't get enough sleep last night. Can I have today's work, please?
Take your phone off. You're with a human now. I did the 1s and 2s. There's a 3, a 4. I flagged the 5 in your mail. There's an 8 on your desk to sign. And there's a 10 standing in your office.
Why did you let him in my office, Janet?
He threatened me with a machete. He's your father, Russ.
Wait 60 seconds and come in and tell me I'm late for something. I hate you.
Fight fair.
It's a nice photo. You and Al De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Oh, it's a nice photo of you and Robert De Niro.
Well, it would be, except that's Al Pacino.
Oh,
So, Dad, what can I do for you? Did you get the check I sent over this morning?
yes, I did. I didn't ask you for a check. I asked you to come over and help me lift a few things.
Well, time is money, Dad. And my time is worth a lot more than a mover's. So I'm afraid the check is going to have to do.
Look, your sister and her family coming over for dinner tomorrow night. You haven't seen your niece and nephew in a long time. Why, you may want some of those things in the attic.
Like what, Dad? Some more of my childhood memorabilia?
You never know.
How many times in the last 20 years that you've lived in that house have I ever asked you for anything? Anything at all?
You're late for a very big meeting. Dozens of irate and highly important people are clamoring for you. There is pandemonium, I'm sure somewhere. And you really must go. Right now.
Good luck with the move, Dad. I know how it goes.
Completely and utterly gorgeous. Don't look at me, look out there.
Have we signed the new client?
We made a bet. I make him look handsome, I get a free hot dog.
You're going to starve.
Not a chance.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Just don't share it with Jerko.
No way.
Watch the cholesterol, hot dog boy. Let me have that for you.
Hey, I worked hard for that.
Those hot dogs will kill you. Besides, we're about to have lobster and cream sauce.
I don't want lobster and cream sauce. I want hot dog and mustard sauce.
Please stop biting your nails, Amy.
Nail. I only bite one. Why do you care anyway?
I care because you work for me. When you bite your nails, you're advertising weakness.
Really? Advertising weakness with one little nail? What's this appetizer?
Nice. Hey, Mike. Is he in? Waiting for you.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Hello.
Hello.
I haven't seen you in a couple of days. How have you been?
Fine. Now can we go in?
No, this is the bit where you ask me.
We are very late. Don't have time to...
Give it a whirl.
Hi, Amy. How are you doing?
Fine. We're really late.
Good morning, doctor. I'd like to get right to the point if you don't mind. I've got a meeting in 10 minutes.
You're entitled to a 50-minute hour.
Thank you, but I only require a 5-minute hour, or however long it takes you to write a prescription.
I see. We should talk about this. Why don't you sit down?
No, thank you. I don't want to sit down. It all starts with sitting down. You sit down, and then before you know it, 12 years has gone by, and you're still talking about the time you saw your mother naked in the shower.
You saw your mother naked in the shower.
No! I'm just saying I'm happy to stand, okay? Look, I don't want therapy. I don't need therapy.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I'm not like the other nutballs that roll through here, okay? I don't have a smoking problem. I don't have a drinking problem. I don't have a closet full of ladies' undergarments.
Sit down, Mr. Duritz, and tell me what the problem is.
No, you don't!
Mr. Duritz, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to understand your issues.
Issue. Issue, singular, just one.
All right. What is it?
For the last few weeks, I have been seeing a guy in a plane.
Oh, I see.
Not that kind of seeing. I mean, I've been hallucinating a guy in a plane. And these delusions, or whatever it is you people call them, seem to be getting worse. Anyway, now I'm seeing a kid.
And you think this kid is a hallucination, too?
Yes.
Is he someone you knew from your past? From your childhood?
No, not from my childhood. I've forgotten my childhood. My childhood is in the past where it belongs.
But it doesn't want to stay in the past, does it? Mr. Duritz, I notice your eye is twitching.
I don't have a tick.
I didn't say you had a tick.
It's not a tick. I have dry eyes. Why are you asking me about my dry eyes?
Why are you so upset?
Because I'm having hallucinations! And I'm asking you to make them go away with very powerful medication that I can pick up on my way to work. Please, ma'am.
Mr. Duritz, you will pick up your powerful medicine, and then you will go home and take the rest of the day off.
Yes, ma'am.
This is for a total of 4 pills. They will help to keep you calm until tomorrow at 4 o'clock, at which time I expect to see you back here in my office for an appointment, which you must promise to keep.
Yes, ma'am.
You're having these hallucinations for a reason.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Duritz, you need to figure out what that reason is.
Thank you. Somebody got an ambulance! What are you crying about anyway?
I just want to go home.
Well, I'm trying to get you home, okay?
Am I in trouble?
You're gonna be in trouble if you wipe that snot on my calfskin seat. Don't do it. Just try and remember where you live, okay?
You should know that.
Well, I don't know that. We moved 12 times.
We move a dozen times?
Yes, a dozen is 12. We moved 12 times.
What happens?
What happens? A big truck comes, they put all your stuff inside, and you move to another house. 12 times.
Look, there it is right there. Remember it now?
No.
Look, that's where we fell off the roof last year. That's the bush we fell into. That's where the really big possum crawled under the house. Remember?
Yeah, that was one of life's big events, when the possum crawled under the house. How could I forget?
You don't remember the possum? It was like this big, and it had really long teeth. He took our sneaker in his mouth and ran off with it. You've got to remember that.
Hey, I don't remember the possum, okay? I hardly remember living here at all. But you do, and that's all that counts. Get out.
Wait, the house is different. Who are they? What am I gonna do?
What now? Hey, will you knock off the waterworks, okay? You know what the #1 killer of kids under the age of 8 is? Self-pity. You're already pitiful enough.
Well, at least I don't do this. It's our birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What happens next?
What do you mean?
I mean to me. Between being me and becoming you, what happens? Do I ever do anything right?
Sure you do. You do a lot of things right.
Like what?
Well, make it through grade school alive. Barely. In high school, while you're still a loser, you're no longer stupid. You work your butt off, you get good grades. Very good grades. You end up winning a scholarship to UCLA.
I'm smart?
Very smart. But you're still a loser. Hop in. Scoot over. In college, things start to get a little bit better. You join the track team, find a speech therapist, you continue to work your butt off, and you graduate at the top of your class. You eventually go after a master's degree in business.
Where I worked my butt off.
Story of your life, kid. The good news is that while you are currently a pathetic dweeb, eventually you grow up to be me. A high-powered, affluent chick magnet.
Who doesn't have a dog or a chick?
Is that how you see me? Dogless, chickless guy?
With the twitch.
Right.
When do I get that?
I forget.
When do I learn how to drive?
When you're 16.
When do I get a car?
When you're 18.
When do I get a hickey?
When you're 17.
When do I find out what a hickey is?
Not tonight.
Russ,
Yeah, kid.
I get what you do now. I mean, I get what I do. When I grow up for a living, I figured out how to explain.
Let me hear it.
You help people lie about who they really are so that they can pretend to be someone else, right?
Yeah.
See? It's not hard to explain.
That's pretty good.
Good night, buddy.
Good night, kid. Want to help me with something? I think it might get you back to your time.
Sure.
Good.
Anything about me?
Yeah. Anything that'll take me back.
You know how I like to find caterpillars and put them in jars and feed them? And watch them make cocoons?
No.
And then one day, they break out and it's really cool.
Not a clue. But keep going. Tell me some more stuff.
Remember last summer at Josie's birthday party when I got Parmesan cheese stuck up my nose? Got any sixes?
Nope. Go fish. Got any fours?
Negative. Go fish. Got any sevens?
Tell me some more about Dad.
Sometimes He lets me help him work on the car. But if I do something wrong, he yells at me. Sometimes he buys me ice cream afterwards. But still, I don't like messing up. Like last week, I lost a screw. I was afraid to tell him. I found it later on in my pocket. Look, I still have it. I'm afraid to give it back to him. Got any nines? My homeroom teacher last year was Fat Mrs. Tinkleman. She was so much better than Mr. Lupus. He had that purple bump on his face.
I don't remember the bump guy. What grade was that?
How come you're asking me all this stuff?
Because I'm forgetting something. I'm forgetting this one event that meant something to me, and if I can remember that one thing, maybe I can get you home.
Are you sure it's not the purple bump?
It's not the bump, kid.
It was a pretty big bump.
Tell me more about second grade.
Why? Nobody had a bump in second grade. My best friend was Tim Wheaton until a few months ago. Remember him?
No, I don't.
His house smells like fish sticks.
No.
Well, he was my best friend until he started hanging out with Vince and these other creepy guys. He threw a rock at me and we haven't been friends since then.
You threw a rock at us?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
Those guys get together every recess in the corner of the playground yard where they like to pick on kids.
Back behind the kindergarten.
Yeah, where the yard monitor can't see you.
Where that big sliding board is?
Yeah, the really huge one you're remembering.
Go on, don't stop.
There's 4 of them, and if they don't like you, they make your life a nightmare. And the worst thing about them is they're really mean to animals, especially this one 3-legged dog.
Tripod! Tripod! The dog's name is Tripod! I know the dog's name! I know everything, kid! I know why you're here! This is the event! Vince Kaczynski, the fight! It's the fight! It was my 8th birthday. It was 32 years ago. Today.
Holy smokes! Look at the car! Look at your clothes!
Holy smokes! We did it, kid!
Am I home? Is it really 1968?
No doubt about it, kid. What time's recess?
10:30.
Run! Holy smokes! You did it! Yeah, but never do is right. You won the fight. You really did it. You won the fight.
I did it. That's all. I did what I had to do. Everything's gonna be different now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Over. That is all. Yes. That's all right.
Oh, no.
What?
It's not over. This gets worse, kid. Much worse.
What are you talking about? I won the fight.
It wasn't the fight. That wasn't it. It's not over.
Ice on the ice, son.
Mr. Branch, I put all the reports on your desk.
Mom, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry you had to come in, Mrs. Dorrit. You don't know you haven't been well.
Please, don't punish him, Mr. Branch.
It's his birthday today.
Mom, Daddy's
Gloria, what are you doing? Are you out of your mind?
Fine. I'm fine.
You stay there.
Please don't scare him. He's had a hard day.
Gloria, the doctor said you weren't to leave the house. What is the matter with you?
I'm sorry.
How can you do this to your mother? What are you trying to do? Kill her faster?
What?
We're gonna lose her. God, you pull some stunt like you did today. You're killing her.
I found the screw, Dad. Look, the screw.
Stop crying.
Here's the screw, Dad. Look, here it is. Here it is. I found it.
Stop
Please,
crying.
Daddy, look at the screw. Here it is.
Stop crying. Stop. You gotta grow up now. Do you understand? Grow up. Grow up.
Mom's dying.
I know.
Soon?
Yeah. For your next birthday.
Did I do it?
No. No, you didn't do it. It's not your fault. Dad was just saying those things because he's scared. Because he knows that he has to raise you alone. He doesn't know how to do it.
I thought you never cried.
Not since my 8th birthday. Guess I'm starting up again.
Come.
Because I just figured out where I got that twitch from.
Somebody called the ambulance.
Yeah. Gonna need him now, huh? Come on. You wanna get out of here? Let's go. Let's go get something to eat.
Okay. Can that... Is that... No way.
Can't be. Like the old plane? Yeah. You did all this. You put that plane on my doorstep. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a particularly nice touch. Yeah, it was. I bet you got a lot of questions. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about it. Got 30 years to figure them out. Right now, I gotta go. Family's waiting.
especially nice seeing you again. I'll see you.
See ya.
Holy smokes.
We did it. Holy I'm okay!
We're okay! We're okay!
You're a pilot.
You're a pilot.
You're a pilot.
No, you're a pilot.
I'm a pilot.
We grew up to be pilots. We grew up to be pilots. Hey!
Did you see our dog?
What's his name?
Chester.
Chester, the world's greatest dog. Yes. Ooh. Right, left,
Did you
left.
see
Come
our
on.
family? That old lady looked familiar.
I thought so too.
Hey everyone, I wanted to give a special shout out to our collaborator, Two Nerds Candle Company. Not only do they have great products, but they are also giving back to a great cause. You can tell that they take a lot of pride in making their candles. My favorite is Spock's Monday Coffee. They are also donating 10% annually to support Women in STEM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. You can use our code DSP or go to our link tree to get 20% off your entire order. We think that this company is great, and we think you will too. So go check them out. All right, we back again.
Hey, we're back. We're live.
All right. So before we get into it, we just wanted to say just our condolences to the Bruce Willis family and just him in general, because he's going through it. He has a tough set of dementia. I mean, dementia is tough no matter what, but at the same time, it's very tough disease for somebody to be going through, and not just him, but also for the people around him, because it affects everybody who's around. So just wanted to shout out to Bruce Willis, his family, how supportive they have been, and just to check up on yourself and your loved ones, because you never know what's happening. So remember to get your checkups, people. Go see the doctor's offices.
Yep.
Because it's important. And, you know, and even if, you know, you can't say like, even if like you catch this in time, it's like, it doesn't matter.
It's still degenerative.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, keep on getting checkups, folks, and making sure you're okay. And yeah, just wanted to give a short shout out to Bruce Willis and his family.
Hearts go out to all the family members and his family, all the great, wonderful memories that he gave us, all the wonderful movies, action, comedy, romance, all of it, his heart and soul. And also just want any of you that has family members, friends going through dementia, right? I know it's a heavy toll to watch someone lose their identity, their personality, their humanity. I got a lot of clients that family members have it. So my hearts go out to y'all, my empathy. Hopefully you're doing okay and you're doing the best that you can. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Okay.
All right. So we are now going to be talking about Disney's The Kid. So I'm going to read just this short synopsis of the movie, just to kind of get out there, just so everybody knows, because a lot of people have not seen this movie and are like, what the fuck did I just watch?
I'm telling you. Pull that thing out, put it on me, boy.
Okay. Well, didn't want to do that. Never want to.
Why is it wet?
All right. So Bruce Willis stars as Russ Duritz, a successful image consultant whose life is suddenly turned upside down when he magically meets Rusty. Russ himself as an 8-year-old kid. Rusty is a sweet but slightly geeky, awkward little kid who painfully reminds Russ of everything he hated about himself when he was a child pudgy little crybaby who was the daily victim of school bullies, an image Russ has worked hard to overcome and consciously forget. Yeah. So essentially, when we first meet Russ, he is actually consulting with like this big time senator, and she's like crying, and he's just like, somebody call the ambulance. That's like his go-to line when anybody's crying. So in the first scene, Russ is in his office. He's wearing his comfort tie, his yellow tie, as pointed out by his assistant. And I just find it also, before we get into like the rest of the scene, I just also find it interesting the people that he works with are just like the polar opposites of him. His assistant is just like this smart ass who's just like, dude, what are you doing?
And that's that famous actress comedian lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's huge.
Yeah, huge.
And then he has Amy, who he works with, who's just like this childlike person who's kind, friendly, everyone loves. And then you got Russ, who like everybody hates because he's an asshole, essentially. Russ is an asshole because he's an image consultant. So his younger self explains it, but another way to explain what he does is that he helps bad people look good, essentially. And in the first scene, we have him going to his dad's office, and this is like the first couple minutes in, and you're like, wow, him and his dad just don't have a good relationship. They're very cold to one another. His dad tries to be friendly with him, but it feels like his dad just feels like now he has to try and make this relationship work. Then we find out later on why this is. But yeah, and really Russ is using like his checkbook than using his time for his family. He's like, you know what? I can't do any of that moving crap. I'm just going to give you money for movers and you can deal with it yourself. Now go. And then we also find out that Russ has a little twitch in his eye whenever he's feeling stressed or, just overwhelmed. He has that little twitch.
It's like that pervert wink I give at people at the gym.
Yeah, exactly like that, huh?
I'm looking at you, lady.
You're like, yeah, I just got to twitch him.
Yeah.
So what were your first thoughts on the scene, and how did you feel about Russ when he first started coming to play on the movie?
First things first, I noticed right when they're having that dialogue when he gets to work is right that comfort tie. So even as you get older, it doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent or not, we all got kind of that swag, that thing that makes us feel good, attractive, sexy, powerful. Very, very common. Also, you see that twitch. So I couldn't tell if he had like a migraine at first, right? But then you saw the twitch. I'm not sure if I talked about it on the pod recently, but like I was talking with one of my clients. I was like, man, my eye just been twitching lately, man. He's like, oh, is it the bottom lid? I'm like, yeah. He's like, either you're stressed out or you haven't been sleeping. I was like, damn, for real? He's like, yeah. So do I get the money now? He's like, do you refund me for therapy? I was like, calm the fuck down.
Right.
Calm the fuck down. But his is a little bit more of a twitch. It's much more of a different type of twitch and like trauma response, which I didn't really know because right, Spencer's seen it. So like you see later what it is. Biggest thing I take away from the scene is it went very different than what I thought. I asked Spencer, I was like, so what's going on? I figured the kid was going to be like either his dad was dying or his sister was dying, and then he was going to have to take on this kid and like become like the father figure. Like it was like a coming of age type thing for like when the old grumpy white man gets a heart type vibe.
Nope.
And you're like, no, that's not
Self-reflection.
it. Yeah, I know. It's just trauma. Jesus. But yeah, definitely you understand. Pause. So I see a lot of clients come into the office, Spence, and they've got really big issues with like family members because they're autistic, ADHD, queer, trans, asexual. They want to change majors. They don't want to be a doctor anymore, whatever it is. Maybe they want to stop their sport and they're like a prime Division I athlete. And now there's this issue between them and the family, this dynamic, which can lead on to eons, years later. And so I'm thinking of clients, Spence, that are like, they don't fuck with their parent because the shit that they did, and it was so heinous in the past that they can't ever like forgive them or move forward. Like they will never have that relationship. So that's what I was thinking. Like the dad did some heinous shit after we started watching some stuff. And so what I was thinking about, Spence, is a lot when I'm talking to clients is like, you're not cutting off your family. They're like, but it is. I said, no. Their behaviors are cutting themselves off.
Right.
Their craziness, their verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, the way they treat you, siblings, the partner, their alcoholism, their drug abuse, right? Their hoarding, any of the victim shit that goes on where, you don't, all that guilt stuff. A lot of parents, I'm like, bro, you're not cutting them off. It's their behaviors. So I was thinking of that. Like Bruce was like, here's a check, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go away. So Spencer was like, he's a dick. But then again, now you see why, because like that was pretty fucking intense. And then homeboy, we'll get to it, but you know how fucked up a kid has to be, man, that young, that age, and then he just learns his mom's dying, and then he says, it's almost like your fault. And the kid looks at Bruce like, I killed mom? Bro. That's a lot to live with.
Save it.
I know. It's a lot to live with, brother. So good scene to set up the rest of the show.
Yeah. And then we'll go on to the second one. So this is where we meet Amy. They're at a baseball game. He's there to meet a client who owns the team or whatever the fuck. And then we see that Amy's just like this friendly, bubbly person who gets along with everybody. All she wanted was a hot dog, and yet, Bruce is like, yeah, no. So we see that he also has like this problem with people who are overweight, because when he was a kid, he was
there
chubby.
it is.
And so
fat phobia.
And so now he's reflecting his feelings of himself onto others, and it's really showing that more stuff that he just doesn't like himself. And then obviously that turns into other people not liking him as well, because he's outwardly just like, ew, gross. Like, what the fuck? And like I said, it's very interesting to see the side characters of who he's around and people that actually stick with him, because I think that they know that Russ has good, but he just never shows it. He might show it in glimpses, but he doesn't show it like for the most part. And so I think once some of these people get like the glimmer of who he is, then they kind of stick around. Also, he's paying them. I mean, they're employees to him. So there's a financial thing there, financial power that he has kind of over them. Like, okay, I'm like one of the most successful people in this business. You gonna just leave now? Oh, okay. All right. I see. So for him, it's all about power and just making sure that
Control.
Yeah, and control.
Power, control, predictability. Yeah.
And then, something else, like you also wanted to point out something before they get into the office, was just like, okay, we gotta go. And she's like, wait a minute, hold on. Let's ask me how I'm doing. How's my day? And I'll ask how your day is. Come on, let's do the human thing. So it seems like people are actually trying to get him to be on the more lighter side, but no.
Interesting, G. So now that you're pointing out some shit, and you said it, but I didn't really tie it together. They're subtly placing certain humans around him that reflect his inner child in like actual real self. But his trauma and defense mechanisms has been completely perverted and changed to make him this certain individual, which has kept him safe, which has made him successful, which we're going to get into, right? Which is extreme hard work, diligence, almost obsessive compulsive disorder, organization, militant, but also he lacks all these awesome things, which we'll get into, like the things that actually he liked as a kid. So the first lady, very bright, bubbly, the assistant, right? Funny, weird, awkward. That's what we see as him as a kid throughout the rest of the movie.
Right.
And then you get the other girlie, definitely neurodivergent, biting her nails, super anxious, right? Just the one nail. Just the one. Not all of them. So definitely some anxiety stuff, maybe some ADHD with her. And it resembles a younger kid, kind of like tweaking, right? Full of thoughts and feelings, emotions. And she's like, I just want to eat a hot dog. She's like, we're about to eat lobster and like cream sauce. She's like, I want a hot dog with mustard sauce. I was like,
just want to be an American. God damn it.
I just want obesity and cholesterol.
God bless.
God bless diabetes.
Hey.
Again, really good. Really, really good how they're subtly doing that, but he is so far against it. And it's, you know, it reminds me of an old clip of, I know I always bring up Rocket, but Yondu and Rocket, as soon as you get a little bit of love, it lets you know how empty you are inside. That reminds me of Bruce. Shoes any of that shit away. Defense mechanism. Don't be hurt. The scene that you talked about with the talking, homeboy just has no ability to chill. Go, 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 go. But also it feels very autistic in that moment. Like, so you're going to ask me how my day is? It feels like a lot of my clients with their partners they don't really engage that much. It's like, yeah, he knows your day's fine. You're going to tell him how his day is. He doesn't need to fucking ask you. So he looks like he doesn't like small talk. He's like, how was your day? And she's like, it was fine. We got places to go. And I could see my autistic ass like, I fucking gonna murder you.
Yeah, no, he hates small talk. There's one scene that we didn't show that I was going to, but I was like, we have enough. Where he's on an airplane with this woman who's like this anchor who's from like Texas. She's going to California, and so she's got the accent and everything. She's just like, hey, how's it going? Like, she keeps on trying to talk to him. He's just like, I just want to get my work done in the airplane.
I can see
like,
it.
I just don't want to do this right now. And then she's just like, she's very nice.
Yeah.
Right. She's very nice while she's doing it. But he's just like, I don't want to hear this. And then he actually gives her advice on what should she be doing while she's an anchor to actually keep the job and actually be successful in it.
Okay.
So he actually does give advice, and he does give knowledge of what he knows to people. He's just not a people person.
No, he's not.
No, and then also he sticks with his clients are all pieces of shit, like legit pieces of shit.
Yeah.
That now he has to try and help make them feel like they're different than what they really are. Like Rusty said in the one scene that we watched.
Facts. So I like that you brought this up because he is a studier of human development, growth, intimacy. He has learned so much about humans, aka business, but it's not just from school. It's from like watching, working, lived experience. It's all trauma based. And so he knows what people are looking for, and he knows how to advise people on what like this human experience should look like. He also has like some pretty bad avoidant personality disorder type shit, or avoidant attachment, because it's all the fear of abandonment and insecurity. So just pushes everyone away that's super fucking nice. Because homeboy doesn't want to be left. He doesn't want to be unstable or not in control. He doesn't want to ever be in pain again.
Yeah.
That makes sense? But the homie knows how humans work. He just doesn't give a fuck about anything that's not monetizable.
Yep, exactly. If he's not making money from it, he don't give a fuck.
No. I'm going to do this so I can get hurt? Like, love is chaos.
I want that. Give me that real money. The fuck?
Give me that cash. Coochie. Oh, you know.
Coochie.
Get that thing away from me, girl. Penis? Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Oh, let's keep it moving.
This is the therapy scene.
Oh, good scene.
Yes. So to backtrack a little bit, Russ, he is driving into home. He has like a big ass gate. He has a huge ass house. He has a gate, opens it up, then all of a sudden this kid is in there, and the kid runs, and he couldn't catch the kid. Obviously, it's his younger self, but he doesn't know that yet. And so he sees that there's an airplane on his doorstep, and he thought that his dad was the one who actually left the airplane there because they were cleaning out the attic and everything. So he thought like, oh, my dad did this. But then one day he's driving back home, and he's actually in his home, and the kid's in there, and he's like, he made popcorn for himself or something, is watching TV, and then he's just like, what the fuck? Like, what? This kid here. He's like, I'm seeing this kid. What the hell is going on? And he actually chases the kid all the way to this airport, and then this diner pops up, right?
Yep.
Random diner in in this airport, and he goes in. He's like, did anybody see this kid? Everyone's like, what the fuck? And everybody looks like they're from like the 60s or the 80s. And he goes back out, and all of a sudden the diner's gone. So he's legit like losing his mind. Like, diners popping up, kids are fucking running around in his house and shit.
So this isn't just normal stress, motherfucker. There's some Looney Tunes stuff.
Something's happening. Something is happening.
He got diabetes. Something's going on. He needs the strong medicines.
Yep. And so now he's at the therapist's office, and he is very reluctant to actually get therapy. He's just there for the drugs. He's like, just drug me up and let me keep on going with my day. I don't want to waste my time talking. Because he's a businessman. A businessman.
Got shit to do.
Yeah, got shit to do.
I ain't got time for that shit. That's for white women. I ain't talking about my feelings.
And of course, therapist is just like, no, you gotta sit down and talk. You gotta try and talk. She does get some stuff out of him.
He almost sat down.
Almost, but he caught on real quick. He caught on.
The bitch.
And he almost let some things slip. Right? Like, oh, I don't really fuck with the past. I don't really mess with it. It's there and it's gonna stay there. And then she's like, hey, well, obviously the past is something to say to you. So why don't we talk about that? And she does give him like some medications there. She also sees the twitch happening.
Dry eyes. Dry eyes.
Well, why don't you just leave me alone?
Dry eyes. Well, dry eye, not eyes.
Yep, just one eye. Just one.
Yep. That's my bad one.
As therapy scenes go, right? This is early 2000s. Therapy scenes are not what they are today. I mean, they fuck up scenes today in therapy, let's be honest. But, for the 2000s, I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too.
Even though she did give him the medication at the end, she gave him a small dosage.
Yep.
And just as something to get him over. And she said, if you want more, you have to come back. So a little bit of a drug deal, but hey, it is what it is.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. You want the fidget toys? You autistic motherfucker.
You want to come back and play with Play-Doh?
You want that moon sand, motherfucker?
You want to eat more Legos?
Yeah.
Come back. No, it's not feed his autistic children Legos. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. We do
Legos
not condone eating any
time session.
Yeah, we don't condone anything that's not meant to be edible. Yes.
Anyways, what do you think of the scene as the therapist's point of view? What do you think about it? And if you had somebody coming into your office saying that they were seeing a guy in an airplane, a red airplane going around, a young child, and there was no inclination of it being like his past self or his future self, stuff like that, what would you do if Bruce Willis came to your office like that?
So a lot of therapists would tweak out because they'd be super scared. So I would immediately be like, okay. So I would try to disarm homeboy to get him to relax, to sit down, to chill, right? I mean, dude, I had someone today that was like coming in hot and heavy for couples counseling. Yeah. I was like, so this is not going well. I thought I'd be able to disarm them quicker. That shit did not go like that. Let me just tell you, I took an L today. And so it happens, but he actually wanted to be there. He just didn't want to talk and process. He wanted to figure out this psychotic break that he's having. So I feel like a lot more people will be more willing, Spence, to like actually like talk about some shit because they'd be like really fucking scared, really scared. Also, it should be noted that visual hallucinations are not common at all. Not at all. It's mostly auditory. Most of my humans that have schizophrenia, and other versions of it, or like autism with like some really disabling or schizophrenia in it, or bipolar or psychotic breaks, psychotic features. It's normally auditory, Spence. So you're just hearing a few things. Sometimes it's sounds, sometimes it is voices. I have clients with voices. Sometimes they ramp up in suicidality. Sometimes it's just them like shit in the background, but nothing too crazy. Very rarely is it a real visual. I've had the visual with one person, very rare. Medication is pretty straightforward, Spence. She said this will help calm you down. So I feel like she gave him like some panic stuff, but a lot of antipsychotics are very sedative. So she might have gave him, and they work instantly. So that'll usually calm some people down, but they don't like taking the antipsychotics because, like I said, they are very sedative. So I would have tried to disarm him, get him to chat. She tried. She worked on some stuff. Probably wouldn't have brought up to Twitch that quick. You know, I mean, like, hey man, you're here for something, G. Like, I ain't fucking forced you to sign up. Yeah. It was like, oh, I'm just here for the meds. Like, all right, I'm gonna get you the meds. Like, I'm gonna get you the meds, but we need to do a little dance first. Because I didn't make sure that there's not other shit that's going on. Because if I give you the wrong med, my guy, like this could fuck up some other shit. Like, it can cause some shit that I don't want it to cause. Right. Can't be fucking around with these meds now. This is real shit. So I would actually, honestly, I don't prescribe medicines as a social worker, right? But if I was a psychiatrist, that's how I would handle it. Overall, I thought she did really well. She did well to disarm him. She was being very curious, very affirming, didn't tweak out, didn't get mad, wasn't overly dramatic or dry, demanding him to come back to the office. So just not writing the script and being like, be gone. I feel like that was what any doctor would have did. Or they wouldn't have given him the medicine at all because he was being so non-compliant. Right. So overall, probably what I would have done, I would have been very hesitant to just give him a script after like what he was there for. That was a 3-minute clip.
Yeah.
Tough.
Was not there for long.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't think like legally you can do that and like not lose your fucking license.
It's LA, baby.
Breast implants? Here you go.
See, you can have it all.
You can have it all. Adderall, you want an upper and a downer? Oh, okay. But most likely would not happen that quick. A lot of forms, a lot of paperwork, a lot of other shit.
Yeah.
Rarely do clients come in that hot though, Spence, because they're coming in there for something. It's not just, if it was just the meds, he should have went to like a legit doctor. Yeah. But he went to a psychiatrist knowing that they're going to do some type of talking. The funniest part though is when he tries to sit down. So like he wants to talk, but like he doesn't want to get into the shit. What was that one weird thing he said? He's like, if I got like my mother's or women's panties
if I
in
saw
my closet,
my mother naked,
my
or
mother
if
naked,
like,
yeah.
I'm not like one of your these other crazy people. I don't have like dolls or lingerie, women's lingerie in my closet.
I mean, who doesn't have a few panties in their closet?
I mean, you know.
This could go a lot of different ways.
Jesus Christ.
It's 2025.
Tablecloth? What the fuck?
Did you kill a cheetah?
A whole cheetah wrapped around your waist.
But I mean, hilarious. So let's talk about that real quick. Is the masculinity of it, Spence. So I'm not like them. I'm not crazy. Motherfucker, you hallucinating. But I'm not like these other perverts, these other weirdos. You know, it wasn't some deep trauma that fucked me up. It's like
something happened.
You didn't just start seeing people.
Yeah.
The cool thing is that she was like, something is causing this and we need to talk about it. So the best medical prescribers will be like, we need to do talk therapy, trauma therapy, whatever it is, and medicine. I really love that they push that in this film. Let's not just dope people up. Everyone thinks doctors and therapists trying to dope you up. That's not true. Very rarely do I only push medications when the folks are being more disabled by what the fuck is going on in life. Also, you don't need to be like super fucked up to go to therapy or to get medication, bro.
Yeah. Could just be the little things.
The little things.
The little things.
You saw
that
your
could be
dad
bigger
naked.
things.
That'll fuck you up.
Yeah, that might be a big thing. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Or-
That doesn't seem like a little thing.
It could be a little bit.
Hey, I'm anything like my daddy. Ain't a little thing.
Oh my god, that motherfucker! You tape that to your leg?
Gee.
Let's go to the next.
Yeah. Before we do that,
Go ahead,
I
go
do
ahead.
also want to point out
What's
that he has he's willing to hear out a lot more of like women's opinions. And obviously, I think that comes from
Mama.
because his mom. I think he really loved his mom. And obviously, I mean, but I think she was also like the kinder, even in the scene that we watch, we will get to a little bit later on. She's even like pleading with like the principal or whatever, like it's his birthday. Come on. Like, and you see that throughout the film. Like all the women that he talks to, he actually gets a little bit more calmer when it's women that he talks to, but then they're also a little bit more willing to deal with his shit more than like the men are. So there's that too.
Interesting little turn there. We get a lot of women which are put in those caregiver roles, those nurturing roles, those I'm going to help you, I'm going to take care of you, the martyrdom roles. And so maybe they are being more patient, but also because of his good trauma, the good stuff with his mother, there's something about his soul that gets soothed, the kid that gets soothed by these very loving, supportive, like bubbly women.
Yeah.
So that makes sense on why he's willing, like, okay, how do we say how my day's going? Oh, here's your medicine. You need to take it. Let's sit down and talk. You see him fade into the child.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point.
So, all right, moving on. So he finally gets to talk to little Rusty, his younger self, and he brings his. So this is a scene that we didn't watch. So he brings he brings Rusty to the parking lot of his job, so his assistant could try and make him disappear. And so she tries to like put like her coat over him and make him like Yamakazoo, and then just tries to make him disappear. Doesn't work at all. And she can see him too. Everybody can see Rusty.
I didn't know that.
No, he's not in his imagination. People can see Rusty. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. People can see him.
Where does little white boy come from? This is not schizophrenia.
So Amy thought that it was his son.
Yeah.
It was Russ's son. That's what she thought. And I think some of those people thought that as well. He doesn't just, he says to some people like, yeah, it's my younger self. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it's a little, like, you know, it's a little weird because I don't think they could get away with Rusty not being seen by others.
Yeah.
They couldn't get away with it because he would actually look like he has schizophrenia.
Correct.
Or some other illness.
Yep.
And so they couldn't do that. So they're like, you know what? Everybody can see him. And so now he drives Rusty. He tries to drive Rusty to their childhood home. And obviously they're in the present. So they can't there's like this other family there, and it's
an Asian family. He's like, it looks different here, and just the Asians walk out. It's like they're taking over America, man. Let's be real.
God damn, even in the 2000s, taking
I
over
know.
one city at a time.
Fucking immigrants.
And then of course now I picked the scene because I wanted to show the disdain that Russ has for Rusty, even though it is his younger self. He hates him. He's like, don't wipe your snot on my calf skin seats.
Yeah, I thought he said cat skin. I was like, what the fuck?
No, that's pure young calf.
There you go.
Skin there. Porsche, pay for your money. And then also just the attitude little Rusty has towards Russ. He's like, at least I don't do this, you know.
Oh, twitchy ass.
Yeah, exactly. Talking all this shit. It's like, bro, you don't even have a dog. You don't have like a woman. You got nothing, man. Like, what is this? Who am I? Like, what did I grow up into?
What did I do?
What? I'm an image consultant. I wanted to be a pilot. So that was also a thing too. They thought that they would grow up, have this dog, a lab named Chester, they would be a airplane pilot, and they would have a wife, kids, all that fun stuff in a house. Obviously, none of that happened. So young Russ is not happy with what he grew into, which I think a lot of us, when we're children, we don't get to have the opportunities to actually become the things that we wanted to when we were younger.
Correct.
We have a lot of dreams and aspirations for what we wanted to be and who we could become. And then as we get older and life happens, those things kind of wear away. And then we have to grow up, and we have to get grown-up jobs, and we have to make sure that we have all this money. And it's funny. I think a lot of us I think our younger selves would be proud of who we are, but
confused
on where we could have been, because everything felt like it was set up. Now, this is before he found out some of the details that happened in his life, and he had to grow up.
Yeah.
At 8, he had to grow up at 8 years old.
Yeah.
But it's always interesting that in this movie, we just always see that we have that disappointment of like, what of all these things that we said we were going to do? What happened to those? And Russ is just like, well, look what else I did. I'm very successful in what I do. Yeah, but you're alone in this big ass glass house. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's the next scene. So don't have a lot for this scene because you tied everything up well, but something to point out is I want to ask our listeners. So you're in this car, right? And you're going through this trauma story, or you're thinking about yourself, and you're trying to reflect on the past, and you're with a therapist, or you're processing in your journal and your thoughts, and you're going to your old home, and you're trying to remember like, oh, this is where I fell. This is where that possum was. Very reflective, this scene, and trying to go back into the past and understand what happened, what took place, why am I like this? Right. So you can then change your future the next 30 years. So it's a thing that a lot of us need to do. A client asked me today, he's like, so how are you going to be looking at us in this session? And I'm like, what the fuck does that question mean? He's like, what modality, what lens, what Christianity lens, like all these different things. I was like, so everything affects the way I work with you and show up to talk to you. And so I just started to rattle off all the intersections. Like me and you do spend some pre-production with guests. I literally just did that same thing. And I said, this is all the stuff who I am and how I've grown to be the man I am and the therapist I am. These are the modalities that I may try, but this is what I really fully believe in, is just authenticity and bond and trust. And so to know yourself as a therapist, a caregiver, neurodivergent, autistic, is to go back into the past. To understand your current, you must understand the past. Love that part of the scene. What I want to ask our listeners is, please in the comments, write us, DM us, text us, or just please on YouTube, just go ahead and put it down, or Spotify. What did you want to be when you wanted to grow up? Did you want to be a pilot? Did you want to be a Ninja Turtle like me, or a Power Ranger? Did you want to be a fireman? Did you want to be a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer? Did you want to be a fucking magician? I don't fucking know. Did you want to like fucking just make balloons?
Wait a minute. You want to be a Ninja Turtle?
Who didn't want to be a Ninja Turtle, bro? They were just eating pizza and
like
fucking
a mutant
around.
turtle in the sewer?
Bro.
Like, you could do that now if you wanted to.
I mean, they was eating
Get some,
pizza.
like nunchucks and shit.
I had the nunchucks. I had them. I kept hitting myself in the head. I was too slow. I almost said a different word.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I was too slow to do it, man. It just seemed like so much fun, man. How do I get down there? For real, though, I never looked at man covers the same.
Can I get pizza through these? That'd be great. Thank you.
I started fucking with Domino's right after that, because that's what they always got was Domino's.
Yeah. Shout out to Domino's.
Shout out to Domino's. Still stuffed crust pizza now. First time in their history.
Hey, they,
have you
might
had
have
it,
taken
Spence?
from Pizza Hut, but it's fine.
Have you had it?
I have not. Is it good?
Fucking crack.
Is it? I have to try it.
Bro.
I haven't had Domino's in a minute. I'll have to try it.
Bro. I mean, everyone's probably going to shut up. If y'all listen to this, the actual people that do listen to this, have you tried Domino's stuffed crust pizza?
What's your preference in pizza?
You
I'm moving.
You fatties.
God, don't. You're just hating your younger self.
I know.
Fucking A.
See, I'm still fat though. Why would I hate? I wasn't even fat when I was younger.
You're just like, you're fat. It's like your younger self is just like, look in the fucking mirror, dipshit.
Mirror, you fucking chubby chaser.
Yeah. Don't look at me. Look in the mirror.
Yeah, you're much fatter now, Nas.
Anyway.
For real,
Yeah.
what did you want to be, everyone?
Yeah.
What were your dreams, goals, passions before like life, real jobs? Spence, I was talking to a 13-year-old today, right? My youngest client I've ever had. Kid's cool as shit. He's like, just thinking all the time, man. I said, what the fuck do you got to think about?
This is literally the time where you don't have to think.
Bro.
Like you could just live.
That question did not go over the best. He's like, everything. And I'm like, you're so autistic.
I must think of just put in a DVD or something. Watch some Netflix. Jesus Christ.
I know, Spence. 13. I was like, kid, I was so honest. I feel like I crushed him. I was like, that shit gets way worse.
Yeah, it does.
It
you think
does.
like you're thinking now. You're gonna be thinking.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
I know. Wait till you go
Yeah.
through your gay phase. That's a joke. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. Why?
I
Why?
don't know.
And
Wait till you go through your religious questioning phase. That'll get you too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
There's so much to think about as you get older, dude.
I think like, does it have to do with like phones and shit? Like, I feel like it somewhat does.
It does. Yep.
I'm like, when I have kids, I'm like, you're not getting a phone till like you're 15 or older, because it's like,
You don't need it.
you don't need to be worrying about the shit that's out there right now. You don't. I want to make sure my kids have as much as their youth as they can. I don't need them growing up. I don't need them being 8 years old and being Russ.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I want them to be happy and innocent as long as they can.
That middle school grades don't fucking matter. I don't think everyone's like, it all matters. None of that shit even matters until like 10th or 11th grade. Let's be real.
Even that shit don't matter. As soon as
really
you
don't.
graduate, it's just like off to the next thing.
Yeah. You go to, if you fuck around, you don't do good. Like, I mean, you go to community college and then go to the big school like I did. Like, it's fine.
Yeah. Do construction or something. Hey, they make bank.
Bro.
All right.
Yeah.
They make
My
bank.
electricians and all that motherfucker, they make so much money. Every time they come to the house, $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Big
do
money.
y'all should I just pre-write y'all motherfuckers a check for $1,000?
Pretty much. They pretty much have to for some people.
That's some bullshit, man. Fuck all electricians and plumbers and roofers. Fuck all you guys.
Shout out to all of you doing.
Fuck all you
work.
HVAC guys too. Fuck you guys too. 13-year-old
Way to
thinks
keep
he's
me
got a
cold.
lot to think about. Fuck you, man.
Way to keep me cold during the summers. Anyways,
Let's get to the next
scene.
Talk about my trauma.
Jesus. When everybody.
I know.
I hope they see this and they're like, "What the fuck you do?" About
Yeah,
to tell you.
yeah, we took your money, you fat ass.
Jeez. Go learn how to put some wires together, asshole.
I did. I just keep getting electrocuted.
Yeah. Well, get some gloves. I don't know.
I know. I'm autistic
Anyways.
now.
Anyway, well, it was electricity. Anyways, so next scene we have, so there's this big fight between Russ and Amy. She thought that he threw away this tape of this one of the owners of like a baseball team because it made him look good, and it was very, very stupid, the video. And so she was like, I don't want this. You need to throw this out. And so he does throw it out, but then she finds out that he actually got somebody to go in the trash and pick it out for him. So, and she's pissed at him. And young Russ actually really likes Amy, and he even tried to propose to her in the movie. He's like, "Will you marry us?" And she was like, "Maybe, maybe." Yeah. Because she sees just how amazing he was as a kid, and wish that she could actually, get that vibe from him now as an adult. And so they go back to the house, and Russ, the older Russ, is actually feeling like pretty bad, and feels like shit. And he actually starts asking Rusty, like, "Hey, Just so you know, like this is our life after in between of me and you. So Rusty just asked, like, why are we such have we always been losers? Like, have we always been a loser? And he's like, we've been losers for a pretty long time. Pretty long time. But got somewhat better. Graduated top of his class from like what, UCLA, and like was on the track team, became very successful. And Russ does a great job of telling all of the accomplishments, while like sprinkling in a little bit of like humility, just a little bit of humility. But at the end of the day, doesn't go any deeper than like what's outside, right? He doesn't go any deeper. He doesn't say that he feels like he's alone, doesn't have anybody, and he doesn't. He just got, the one person who really actually likes him as a person. Amy, he just kind of threw her away like that. Yeah, I think Rusty's not only disappointed in like not just being not a pilot or anything, but also it's just like,
Shocked.
why are we assholes? Like, why are you such an asshole, me? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're supposed to be better. And then he also does a great job of explaining what Russ does for a living, making people who are not good people into what they think they should be. And if that's not an explanation of like who he is, it's what it is. So
the trauma response, he turned his trauma into his job.
Yes.
Changing your entire image so you can get wealthy or power and all this shit, right? Accomplishments, admiration, but never any true love. Yeah, he betrayed everything because of that moment at 8 years old. And people will think that's being dramatic. No, that's real shit. That's real. That shit happens, G. So this was the scene when they're in the house, right, Spence?
Yeah. Yep.
This scene made me emotional as fuck, bro. I don't even know. Like, I know why, but to talk to your younger self is a wild thing to do. So when little Nas is just running around and just playing in the room, or like I'm in therapy and he's just having a blast and like, say this, say that. It's like the impulsive, like kid-like things that I just have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say it. And I'm like, no, Nas, calm down, little guy. Like, we got, you can't just be saying wild shit. And I let him take the reins and play sometimes, but I was thinking about conversations that I've had with him, my younger self. And like the way the kid's looking at him, just so soft, so naive, so honest. Like, why are we doing this? Like, what's going on? And I just thought of myself talking to my younger self, and like, there's no way that would have been a good conversation. Homeboy was petrified, isolated, depressed, alone, just not having a good time, just bullied, missing his father, getting physically abused by his mother, grandmother, aunties. It was just not a good time. But I had some magnificent friends. Yeah. One of them just got married. I don't talk to them anymore. It's just cool to see like my childhood friend get married. That's fucking cool. To see like people be happy. But yeah, talking to my younger self, Spence, I don't even know if I wanted to talk to like that younger kid. I feel like it'd just be trauma dumping, or he'd be like, hey man, this is the shit I'm watching on Disney. Like, real talk. Yeah. I just watched a fuck ton of Disney and played a fuck ton of video games. And it was always alone too, because Salim's doing his thing. He's locked in the basement. Like, he ain't coming out. So I'm like, Salim's taking care of me, but he's not talking to me. So the younger version of me, I have no idea, Spence. Like, even your younger version, like, would they be, and everyone listening, would your younger version be impressed, be saddened, be overjoyed, be proud? Mine would definitely be proud, but mine would also be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, one of them would be like, we're not dead. Like God didn't kill us when we asked him to all those nights. Like, yeah, kid, we made it. You, Spence, not trying to get super deep with things, right? We'll keep it moving, but do you think the younger version, he was like, look at all this stuff we got. We got jobs and we got a woman.
Probably.
They got so many shoes.
Probably not on the woman part.
No.
Like 8-year-old me was not about fucking like women.
I don't know, man. I was flirting around. I was always chasing girls. Even in second grade, I was chasing girls.
No, I just wanted to get my Legos and chill.
I got so much stuff.
And then just watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Got a big ass Bronco Jeep and shit. Like, I know the younger version is like, this is fucking nice.
I think so. And I think my younger self would have a great time with where I am. But then also just like, what? We couldn't be a basketball player? What the fuck?
Oh, facts. Like, why do my knees not work?
Why do you have so many scars on your knees? Like, oh, right. Forgot to tell you that. Yeah, I think that would also be something. But at the end of the day, as long as we're not dead in jail or,
your mom's healthy,
homeless. Yeah. I think we're good. I think we're fine. I think maybe my younger self would be like, oh, okay, well, things could have been worse.
Yeah. We live very different lives, me and you, versus all these other folks that maybe listen to it. But I don't know, maybe there's a lot of lower socioeconomic, like autistic. There's gonna be a lot of folks who would go through a lot of shit that listen to
we
us.
only have white women.
Just
white women go through things, true.
They go through things. Too.
I know.
I got my whole roster's full of them. I love them. I talk so much shit to white women, man, and they listen to the pods too. FYI. I love you. I love you, girlies. Love you. Love my neurodivergent girlies. Love y'all are precious as hell. They asked me, Spence. They're like, Nas, where am I at on the tier list? I'm like, you're never gonna beat the brown autistic girlies. Yeah, they're ranked. There's an S tier and an A tier, right? It's just like a video game. I'm like, girl, you'll never get to S tier. It's fine.
It's all right.
They're like, this is racism. I was like, it's fuck our office.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I love them so much. They're like, Nas, why do you talk so much shit about us? I'm like, calm down.
Just look at all the fucking people that are running shit. White women. I'm
like, girl, you're fine. You can
either
get a
white man, white woman. Either way.
You get it from somewhere else. You don't always have to get it from me.
Everybody want to talk about, it's how there's no more blackboards anymore. It's all whiteboards. It's
oh my God. They even took that from us.
Yeah.
Appropriation.
Exactly.
Appropriation. Those motherfuckers. Yeah. Folks, let us know what you wanted to be when you grew up. Would you be proud of yourself right now? Or would you be a little like sus? Or would you be like, oh, we actually did a lot of cool shit? Let us know what the vibe was. This scene made me very emotional because I was thinking about me talking to my younger self and guiding him or coaching him or just answering his questions. And I was just the cutest little kid, man. And all I wanted to do was just like talk. But there was never people to talk to. Sad. But sad. All right. Next scene. I don't feel like crying. So, yep, fuck it.
Next scene. This is when both the Russes go back to the past. They started talking essentially about just the older Russ wants to ask younger Russ all the things that he tries to remember. Right. And he's just giving him like all this random information just to help him try to remember the past because it was difficulty. He can't remember anything. He's repressed everything so much. And then he brings up about these kids that were bullies. And all of a sudden, older Russ starts to remember things. He starts to get everything to click. And then all of a sudden, we also see this red truck with this dog that looks vaguely familiar to one that they've always wanted. And then they come out of the tunnel into the past, 1983 or whatever the fuck. And then, so then now they're in the past, they're in Rusty's time. And now we're actually getting the visualization of like actually looking back in the past and physically being in the past and watching everything go down from your older perspective, which then it translates to the next scene, which is where there's this big fight, and older Russ wants to train younger Russ into boxing, and so he brings him to his boxing friend, and they learn how to fight, and he teaches them, and he beats up the bullies that were tormenting this three-legged dog, Tripod, in victory, because older Russ thinks that this is the moment where everything changed, because he can't remember, he doesn't know. So they're both they both don't know what's going to happen, because he's repressed it and he hasn't lived it yet. So they're both in this like void of like, what was the thing that made me come to now to where I am with you, my older self.
Literally therapy, trauma therapy in a nutshell is this. This is literally how it works.
Wouldn't it be interesting to have like, this would probably be fucked up, but like having like VR or something like that to where you can go back and like relive certain moments.
know. I am not doing that shit. Hell no.
They've done it before in movies. They've done it.
No.
They've done it.
I'm good.
Actually, in Minority Report, that's what they do. They have like these, so you can do like these there was this like illegal place where you could do like simulations of like you killing your boss and shit like that, or reliving the past and shit like that. But like, yeah, when the AI brings it back, just like in what was it? I think it was Avengers Civil War or Captain America Civil War, where Tony he has like this simulation of the last time he talked to his parents.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Also, there's like a whole thing with like Bucky and how he has to relive all the trauma and like go through it all where they're electrocuting him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they try to fucking erase his memory every time.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't know too many. I mean, trauma, there's so many pitfalls.
Yeah.
But there are some good ass times too now. Don't get too, I would like to really, man, playing that Dreamcast, like hanging out, right? Crazy Taxi.
Like, what is like hypnosis then compared to that? Is hypnosis close to that, or is that something else completely?
So hypnosis can get, or any hypnotic suggestion can get to sometimes some lower stuff, right? I'm not fully trained in that or knowledgeable in the science behind it, but I do some hypnotic meditation with folks. And so they say that, you could bring out some shit, right? Also, this is somewhat of EMDR, right? There's a lot of trauma processing, right? Opening up the mind so like more shit can come through, more memories, more reprocessing and organizing, and then like calming the mind down. So hypnosis probably could be used in that too. I don't fully know. The way the movies look like it is like, you get them to quack like a duck and shit.
Yeah.
Which some people are more suggestible than others, right? Because even when I do it, some people are more suggestible than others. It's always fun to do with sports teams, because you'll see some people just tweaking. So a smidge of that. I guarantee you there'll be simulations of different stuff like that for people to go back and kind of rewrite things. For either trauma, anxiety, depression, what's that thing called? Exposure therapy. I bet you there'll be different ways to do exposure therapy with a lot of folks with like trauma or OCD to kind of work through things. I think it would be really good for our population, though, Spence, that are neurodivergent, autistic, ADHD, social skills, interactions, right? Working through interviews, dating, making new friends. Like, I think that'd be awesome for our people to have like this VR thing instead of just being in their mind.
Yeah.
Right. And then I could be like a character too. Like when I'm always like, I would love to just like watch you. They're like, what do you mean? Like, there's no like, you're not normal, kid. So I want to just see how you talk to another human. Like, you quacking like a duck? What's going on?
You're a fly on the wall.
A little fly. Just be like a little big ass roach just chilling on their head.
Jesus Christ. There's also a scene that I'm remembering now from the TV show Watchmen, where the main character, she takes these pills called nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
They're all the memories from like her great grandfather.
Yeah.
or a grandfather, and she takes them, and then now she's reliving all of his like traumatic experiences.
Yeah, because those pills were like encapsulated from that machine, and they were manufactured.
Yeah, so they were literally his
core,
his memories that he picked. He picked those memories, so he relived all of those traumatic
to
things.
put it in the pills.
Yes. And so he would take those just to keep on like remembering what would happen. So that was also something kind of go with memory. But yeah.
Random tangent, and then we'll get back to the scene. Pops.
Yes.
For those of you who know my father, right? It's autoimmune disease, full body atrophy, kind of like ALS. But it's not, something different called polymyositis, full body inclusion polymyositis, something like that. So he had fell like about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago now. I was at work, and he had fell and was unconscious in the kitchen. And so I have cameras all throughout the house, so I can like talk and like this and that and see things. And so, oh yeah, that's right. I called Spencer. I was like, holy fuck, dude, I need you to call the house. Like, what's going on? So he's okay, everyone. It's okay. Doing much better now. Got better medicines now. But he's like, I want to see the film. And I was like, I'm not showing you the film. I'm not going to look at the film. And then finally one day I was like, I actually had the balls to go and look at it like 20 days later, because they delete out, I think, after 60 days on my Google. And I could feel my heart rate fucking pumping, Spence, because I didn't want to see it. And thankfully it didn't catch it. It caught him right before he went into the area where he fell, and then afterwards you just see him on the floor. Right. But it doesn't actually show the fall. And I was like, I didn't want to see it. It was going to be so traumatizing to relive that, because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Why I would say this, like a lot of fucked up memories, some of us don't need to relive. But it could be helpful in many different ways. It'd be crazy for my dad to like dump some of his like moments into my brain. Hopefully he would pick like some good ones. Pause. All of you, if you were to pass on your memories, which ones would you select? Would it be good ones? Like, this is my favorite Pokemon. Let me show you why.
Oh my God.
Or would it be like, would it be like fucked up shit? I don't know what it would be. For me, there's probably like 15, 20 moments I would pick. Good and bad. Good and bad.
Yeah.
Core memories. I got some that are burned into my brain that if people wanted to understand me, they should know these core memories. These core memories in which I don't tell anybody. Interesting. It's a great fucking movie, man. This is wild. There's too much in this movie.
Talking about the past.
Talking about the past.
The future, the present. What's happening?
I mean, it's even kind of ironic. And then we'll keep it moving. But like even Bruce, like, right? I wonder what memories he would pass now that he's,
I know.
He's losing them.
I know. It's terrible. Fucking A.
I feel like a lot of folks with dementia would like to pass on the things to the children or grandchildren, great-grandchildren, right? Their legacy could live on and people could experience. That would be dope.
Yeah. That's what like the pills were made for in the show.
Nostalgia,
they were for people with dementia so that then they could remember things. But then people started, they started just taking them for like odd reasons and stuff like that. And so then they stopped making it. But yeah. And I think that would be great too. Just be like, oh yeah, remember that? Or like, oh, didn't know that about them.
Have you watched the new Black Mirror series or no? I haven't watched the new season. Yeah. They were uploading everyone to the AI. That was some trippy ass episodes.
For me, like I watched like a few episodes of it and I was just like, they're going too meta. Like,
it's wild.
Like, but because like for every episode I watch, I have to be like on it. I'd be like, well, what does this mean this and this mean that? And I'm like, I don't feel like doing that right now.
I'm slow. I
don't feel like ever being that fucking
challenged.
Like I don't. There are some things I watch that are like Severance. That's like a very meta show, and all that. But like I don't know. Also, like sometimes I'm just an asshole where I don't want to watch like what everybody else is watching.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, everybody's like, "This is fucking amazing."
I avoided it for years, dude. I think I watched it like during the pandemic.
Yeah, like I didn't get into like Game of Thrones until like they were on like their third or fourth season. Like
Okay.
I
There you
didn't
go.
watch it yet. So sometimes I get in that where I'm like, I'm gonna wait because I don't want to be disappointed by
Yep,
this.
I get
Like,
it. I
all
get
right.
it. It's like that baddie you've been thinking about for a while. I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait to think about
Yep.
it.
Yep. And then,
The disappointment.
girl, you smell like shit. The fuck? Going so many directions. Went that way.
I know. Okay.
Anyways.
Well, let's keep it moving.
All right. So, Rusty fights off these little kids, and he wins the fight, and they think like that's it. No, I won the fight. That's all I needed to do. Now we're good. Now we're solid, right? Now we can get over all of this stuff. And then Russ actually remembers what happens in real life. So it turns out that his mom is actually very sick, probably cancer. It's
always cancer. I mean, it's what kills so many of us. So
I know, but like, I feel like it's even more now. Like, anytime somebody was like, "Oh yeah, my parents dying," it's like it's always fucking cancer.
Mm-hmm.
It's never anything else.
No.
It's never like anything at all. It's always cancer.
It's not like a coconut falling on their head. It's just always
like an accident or something. Getting hit by a bus doesn't happen anymore,
No.
right? Like car accidents don't happen. Apparently, it's always just cancer.
It always. It is.
Could have got the flu or something, pneummonia, nothing. Nope, cancer.
It wasn't
Anyways,
even. Yeah, I was going to say another joke, but that was going to be terrible. We'll keep it moving. Yep.
So, anyways, so finds out we find out that she's very sick. She goes to pick up Rusty from the principal's office, and we find out also it's his birthday, right? His birthday, and like this all coincides because he's about to turn 40, which is a big turnaround year for a lot of people. Nowadays it's like 30. It's like 40 and they're like, you're old as fuck. Now it's like 30 is like the big year. But and then everything kind of coincides with his birthday. So he starts seeing little Russ before his birthday, and now on his birthday, he actually is realizing all of the traumatic things that have happened to him. Anyways, then they go home, and the dad is very pissed off at Rusty because the mom wasn't supposed to leave the house, and she had to leave the house to go pick him up from school after he got into a fight, and shakes him aggressively and tells him to stop crying, which we see why he hates crying. He hates when people cry, and he doesn't cry. Talks about the wambulance all the time. Then we also see where he gets his twitch from, and his dad tells him to grow up. Just grow up. And so all Bruce Willis's Russ can do is just watch again and remember exactly what happened. I don't know about you, but I did like the take where he's just like, as you know, he's 40 years old, and he's just like, Dad was just scared. He was just scared. Now he has to raise you. And then he also had like a sister, but I don't know if that came later on or not. But he's scared to raise you alone, and he doesn't know how to do it. That fucking this is a kids movie, and it's home. And then he also talks about, like, Rusty talks about, was it his fault that mom died? He's like, no, of course not. Why would it be? She was sick before this, so it wasn't gonna get any better. And then of course he hugs himself, and he forgives himself, his younger self, and is finally ready to just understand and get along with the fact that this stuff happened. Yeah.
Accept it, process it, move through it, to finally comfort the younger self, right? You see him being more kind, accepting to the kid version, right? Nurturing, caring. He cries.
Mhm.
And he's like, I guess I'm starting to back up, kid.
Ambulance.
You see him connecting, right, with he's becoming one now.
Mhm.
Right? Where you're disconnected, dissociated, now you're becoming one and like powerful. So I think that's the big thing that Spence people need to do is you need to become one. You need to merge the identities.
Mhm.
You don't always keep them segregated or alone or isolated. You have to merge them all. It's kind of like the movie that we did with Sammy Sullivan on Inside Out, is where anxiety, fear, and all that shit, anger, happiness, joy, right? They all hug each other at the end. And then that's when she gets the healing, and that's when she can reconnect with her friends.
Right.
It's all about hugging all the identities, even the traumatized little fat kid that you don't like.
Yeah.
Wild scene. Obviously, I cried in that one.
Yeah.
I cried when he's yelling at the kid and shaking him. And I found the screw, right? He's talking about, I found the screw. Here's the screw. So he's like super traumatized and he keeps saying the screw thing, right? I've been there. And like, look, I did it. I solved it. And the other person just fucking reaming you out.
Yeah.
I feel like
because he's a kid, he doesn't understand that. Not
doesn't
about
understand
the
what's
screw.
going on.
He doesn't know.
Yep.
And he just found out in that way that his mom's dying.
His mother's dying.
Like he just found out.
Kids all
in that
fucked
way.
up. Kids all fucked up, right? And then the dad to be shake him.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I get it, right? He's losing his wife, his partner, his best friend. He's not prepared to be a dad. I was talking to a parent recently, and you know, I talk to humans all the time now, and one of them was like, "Hey, man, my partner would have died from this. I'm checking out." Right, and I asked very pointed questions to see they're like 100%. I was like, "What would happen to the kids?" He's like, "I don't even know." But it's no way I was going to lose my partner like this. And I was like, I get it. I don't fully agree with it, but homie, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I get that. I understand.
It's fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up. But also, you can't do it to the babies.
No, because then what? Then who do they have?
Who they got? They got your grandparents, aunties, uncles. It's just, you know, they're gonna lose both parents.
Yeah.
But humans got a lot of reasons for it, and this person had a lot of reasons on why they couldn't make it. Thankfully, their person is like doing good and healthy, and everything's fine. But yeah, to raise kids on your own, tough. You just lose your partner, tough. I'm sure the dad was a shit after that, depressed as fuck. Probably, you know, I'm not saying that all dudes drink, but probably using substances. He's probably coping in some other. Who knows? Maybe he did fantastic. I assume he didn't because shit continued to get weird as young Bruce.
Yeah, and as we saw in the beginning of the film,
not connected at all.
He still has a strained relationship with his father.
Yeah.
So after this, they didn't show like they didn't show like, you know, the relationship after that with the dad. But I feel like after that, I think he became more open to it because
I'm sure
he was angry and he didn't know why. Right? He didn't know why because he couldn't remember back then. So he couldn't remember why he was angry at his dad and what he did because he repressed it all and buried it down. So it's like now that he remembers and now he's he's forgiving. I think that then now he can actually get past that and actually talk to his dad and his family overall because he's, you know, he doesn't fuck with any of his family members.
None of them. Nothing. No friends. No family. Wild scene, but now we understand what makes a person. And this isn't over dramatized. This is how that shit kind of works, man. It can fuck with you. It can schism some stuff.
Very realistic.
And
I think that's why it's worse, right? Or like not worse, but you know, it's way more. It gets to you a little bit more because it's a lot more realistic.
It's so real.
Yeah.
Right. Parents divorce all the time. Parents get sick all the time. Parents have psychiatric issues and maybe lose their beans and like get hospitalized. Maybe they don't get normal. Maybe they're always different after that. Maybe they always got some type of psychosis, or maybe the sibling does and they need a ton of attention. And so you change as a kid, you alter as a kid to make sure the family works better. It's heavy. Heavy. Love that he embraced the little kid and cried, man.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Especially
one of
because
those.
it's Bruce Willis, bro.
No.
Because he was seen as like the action star,
Yeah.
the guy. Like, don't get me- he's had roles where it's not just Die Hard and stuff like that, but that was his main thing. Die Hard,
Yeah.
yeah, like being that action star, and now you finally get to see him cry and just be emotional. It's
I think
crazy.
that's what fucks me up right now too, though. I think like him being like this and then knowing kind of what's going on now with his family and loved ones.
Yeah.
And like seeing him laughing and smiling and talking shit, right? And not just like that stoic dude and then crying, bro. I think that fucked me up too. Not gonna lie, I think that adds some seasoning to it, right? I just feel so bad. I feel so good that his family loves him so much. His current family, the rest of his other, family, his ex-wife is there, right? And just supporting him. I'm like, that's good fucking people, bro.
Yeah.
They're taking Christmas photos together and just being there. And the current wife is allowing, right, the ex to be there. It's just, I'm like, this is just. He must have lived a good life, bro. To have that many good people around him, he had to have been a good fucking dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Had to have been a good dude. You don't have people like that around at the end if you're not a good dude.
It's true.
There's no way.
It's true.
So I think there's some meta in that too. Let's get to these last couple scenes because these were very powerful too.
Yeah. Last one, actually.
Oh, okay.
So after this moment and this clarifying moment of like how they got to where they are now, they're back in that diner, back in that imaginary diner, and all of a sudden Chester, the greatest dog in the world, comes up to them, follow him outside, and they meet the future Russ, who became a pilot, has a great loving family, and the greatest dog in the world, Chester. So he not only got to, and he gets to say, hey, you got any questions? Well, you can answer them because you got 30 years. Yeah, 30 years. And then obviously, it looks like Amy and him reconcile and they actually become married and have a nice family together. So it looks, and I wanted to add this scene because you can't just end it.
Nope.
You can't end it on the scene before.
No,
you
it's too
can't.
fucked
That's
up.
way too traumatizing.
Yeah.
You got to end it on this where there's a positive note where even though all this traumatic things happened, he got to do the thing that he's always wanted to do.
You put in the work.
Yes, he put in the work.
Put in the fucking work.
And if that's not like a great story and a great thing to tell about how if you can confront these past traumas, you can come out on top and be even better than what you were before. Because he's successful. He is successful. He could retire and be done, but he wouldn't be happy. Right? He wouldn't be happy because he doesn't have those other things that make him happy. He doesn't have a family. He doesn't have anything to kind of glue on to. He doesn't have a demeanor that people want to be around. And so this is a great story telling about how even though you can be an asshole, you can always turn yourself around. People can change all the time. It happens, but you got to put in the work.
Kid was fucked up for so much, man. I mean, dad was hard on him his entire life and tweaked out him all the time. He loses his mother. His dad probably took a lot of things out on him after that. He's getting bullied at school and beat up at school and being whatever because he's different, weird, fat, right? And so just a loser. And he said, you're going to stay a loser in high school too. So he continued to get harassed throughout high school and worked and worked and worked and made something of himself. But in there, he lost himself. But he survived. So the goal when you get to my office, I don't give a fuck. Didn't matter. Whatever you did, it is what it is. It got you to survive, to live. You didn't kill yourself. I'm glad you're here. Let's start working on some shit now. Let's be better now. Let's try to be healthier bit by bit. Maybe we lessen on the substances, the alcohol, the pain. Maybe you start trying to make some friends. Maybe we don't even fuck with friends or romance. Maybe we just talk to me and that's where we start kicking it with me in therapy. But like, how do we start getting where you need to be? Because as a kid, it looks like you were very much wanting to be with people, but you got shit on and abused and abandoned and rocks thrown at you, right? He lost his best friend at young. And fuck with you now.
Yeah.
Right. I got clients now. I got a client in particular right now. Said my biggest trauma and why they're so anxiously attached to friends now is because they got fucked over a lot when they were in middle school. I said, yeah, fuck with you. And you develop this personality, these defense mechanisms, Spence, is you're going to shut off the world. They always tell me too, Naz, I just don't want to talk to anyone. I just rather just be alone and like safe and just die. One of my favorite humans, the girlie wants us to do that, which we're going to get to. That Poet Society one that way I had saved.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was listening to a song. And I don't even listen to music really anymore because I'm just too busy. So I'll play shows or movies when I'm working out, right? Watching basketball games. And this song comes on, this black guy, I forgot his name. It's called Jealous. And talks about I'm jealous of the world. I'm jealous of you. I thought after you left me or, you would find nothing but misery. And that's not what happened. You end up being happy and like fine. And it's just the saddest like song. And I thought of my kiddo. That's been left behind by so many people, this neurodivergent girlie. And it made me just so sad. So I sent her the email of the song. I said, I'm thinking of you, kid. I hope you're doing okay. Hope the semester finished good. And here's this song. It hurts to be abandoned. To be called too much, awkward, boring, all this other shit. It hurts, man. So the kid, Bruce loves him. And then you see this reconciliation with the dancing. And dancing, and they're being a bit, and he's being a kid. Brother, pinnacle, peak happiness. The way he looks at his wife. He's like, oh, shit. And the dog, right? And they got the little baby stroller thing and all that shit, right? That's some deep shit, bro.
Yeah.
Put in the work. Do some healing. Do some searching, some talking, some journaling, some writing, some, get out of that survivor mode eventually when you're safe enough to do it. Watch certain things like this. Listen to podcasts like this, right? It doesn't always have to be fucking self-improvement shit. Sometimes you can just have some fun with me and Spencer and just vibe. Right? That's why we make the jokes and I say stupid shit. You're not laughing, you're crying sometimes. It's a good ass movie, man. It's wild. I didn't think this was coming.
Yeah, man. Gotta watch the whole thing now.
Yeah, I know. I got so much shit I'm about to crank out in the next like couple months that I have for, I got the long road trip coming up, so I'll knock it out then too.
Yeah. Yes.
Hopefully folks go check this out, man. It's a banger. You got any other sauce for us, Spence?
No, that's all. Everybody go watch Disney's The Kid featuring Bruce Willis. I think, unfortunately when Bruce passes, whenever that is, this will be one of those films that they say which was so underrated. I think they'll say it's underrated.
Yep.
Because not everybody talks about this. Anytime you talk about Bruce Willis, it's usually Die Hard or some other movie like that,
Red. Wasn't he on that one with was that Keanu? Who was on the one with the buses going real fast?
Yeah, that's Keanu.
That's Keanu?
That's Speed.
Okay, that's Speed. My bad. I was close. It was one of the other white guys.
I just watched another film with him that was great called Cop Out with Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was hilarious. And he's always in these films that don't get the credit until later on.
Let me go look this shit up real quick.
That's a great one.
Listen
Cop Out.
It was. Good. Let me go look up Bruce Willis movies just in general.
Oh yeah. Let's do it.
Let's see real quick, and then we'll end on like a really happy note. Movies.
Let's see. We got Pulp Fiction. Fantastic.
Oh shit.
The Sixth Sense.
Bro.
Never really watched it because
so good.
The Fifth Element.
Bro, we gotta do that.
Favorite
we gotta do it
of all time.
We gotta do it.
That's like one of the biggest sci-fi movies of all time.
Yep. Armageddon?
Yeah, he did. He was in Armageddon.
I forgot about this, bro. I saw that shit in theater, bro. I was tweaking.
Yeah. Unbreakable. That was also that was really good.
Yep. We did Split, the other versions of, or no, sorry,
Damn.
that's we did. Unbreakable was good. There was a couple versions of Unbreakable, I think.
He did so many Redbox films.
He did.
He did, man. I mean, some of them are good though. Like some of those films are actually pretty dope.
Yeah, he was in Split. I thought he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Split.
Yeah, because that was the other versions. Yeah.
He was his character from Unbreakable.
Correct.
Yep. Let's
12
see.
Monkeys. Remember that?
12 Monkeys. That was crazy.
Over
that
the Hedge.
that was a
Sin
crazy
City.
one.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in Sin City. That was a good
Looper was good.
Looper was oh my gosh, yeah, him and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yep.
So good.
Expendables. Forgot about that.
Moonrise Kingdom. That's a good one. That was a Wes Anderson film, and I think it might have been the only Wes Anderson film he was ever in, but that was also a good one.
Ocean's 12.
Red 2, Expendables.
16 Blocks. Remember that?
You said Over the Hedge. Tears of the Sun. I feel like I've seen that one. I can't remember though. All the diehards. Oh, boys. Oh yeah, boys. The Last Boy Scout. That was really good one with Damon Wayans. It was like an action comedy. Really good. He didn't really get into films till the 80s. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
That's actually, he started off when he was older.
Demi Moore is the ex. Yeah, she's the one that's been supporting him. And I love that relationship, man.
Also, The Jackal, the film that inspired the show on Peacock, I think it is. The Jackal, a great show, and then the movie was pretty good too.
Let's do The Fifth Element.
Right.
Let's do
the whole 9 yards. I forgot about that one.
That was good.
Matt LeBlanc.
Yep. Yeah, let's do another Brucey one. We ain't did a Brucey one in a while, man.
Let's do another Brucey.
Actually, this might be the first Bruce Willis one that we've done.
I don't think we've never done any diehards. We definitely haven't done Red.
No. There was some good shit in Red. Red was some traumatic shit too.
Red was a great one.
Yeah.
Fifth Element. Yeah, we'll do that one. So
Let's
you
do
heard
it
it here, folks. Fifth Element. We're going to be doing that one with Brucey.
Yep. And we definitely got to get Chris Tucker being wild in that shit too.
Oh my God.
Got to do it.
What a film.
That shit was a
Gary
staple.
Oldman. Bro, Gary Oldman, he is one of those actors that you're like, this dude has so much range. He's played everybody. And I'm not even joking. He's played everybody.
Okay.
He even played a little person.
Jesus Christ.
It's so stupid. He got on his knees and he started walking on his knees.
Look this shit up.
I mean, what is it called? I remember Daniel Tosh made fun of this movie. It's called it's one of them, and it has Matthew McConaughey in it too.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, Gary Oldman.
I'm looking up Gary Oldman, the researcher.
Tiptoes. That's what it's called. It's called Tiptoes.
Okay.
It's so bad.
Wild.
It's one of the worst films.
The shit that gets produced is wild.
It's crazy. Even what's his face from Game of Thrones is in it. Peter Dinklage.
Oh, for real? Oh, in that one. Sorry. Okay, not in Fifth Element. Yeah,
he's in that one.
Bro.
Yeah, no, he's not in Fifth Element.
Fifth Element, bro. I remember watching that shit when I was a baby, bro. Baby. That should be on at like 1 a.m. on like TNT or True TV or whatever the fucking FX or whatever.
Definitely TNT. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it was back in the day. That was the shit I was watching.
Oh yeah. It's definitely one of the best sci-fi movies.
It is. We're gonna get to it. Super good. Yep. Let's we'll get into that next, and then we'll go from there. Enjoy the guests that we got coming up next.
Yes,
love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I'm Spencer. That's Nons. Different Special Podcast.
All right, everyone. Much love, and remember, take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
Completely up to you. Peace.